Somewhere beneath the ocean, a Soviet cable carried the most secret military messages on Earth. The Americans didn't destroy it. They listened to it. And if they were caught, they would simply disappear. They called it Operation Ivy Bells. There are places on Earth where even sound feels afraid to exist, where the water is so cold, so dark, that if something goes wrong, no one will ever find you. During the Cold War, the United States sent a submarine into Soviet waters, not to attack, but to steal something far more dangerous: information. In the early 1970s, the CIA discovered a Soviet secret. Beneath the Sea of Okhotsk, a communication cable carried the Soviet Union's most classified naval messages, orders, submarine movements, weapons deployments, everything. The Soviets believed this sea was protected. Patrol ships, mines, submarines. To them, the cable was untouchable. But the Americans didn't want to destroy it. They wanted to listen. If the cable was cut, even for a second, the Soviets would know. So the CIA needed a device that could steal information without leaving a wound. The mission was handed to the NSA, and what they built was a metal capsule designed to wrap around the Soviet cable and feed on its signals. Like a parasite, it would record everything, then disappear back into the darkness. To deliver the device, the U.S. Navy chose a submarine unlike any other, the USS Halibut. A ghost beneath the waves, it entered Soviet territory, where one sonar ping, one wrong move, could mean death, and the crew understood one thing: if they were discovered, Washington would deny everything. No rescue, no explanation, only silence. The Sea of Okhotsk was freezing, dark, and deadly. The Halibut reached the target zone and began scanning the seafloor. They weren't looking for a ship. They weren't looking for a base. They were looking for a single cable, buried in mud, hidden in total darkness. The Halibut reached the target zone and began scanning the seafloor. They weren't looking for a ship. They weren't looking for a base. They were looking for a single cable, buried in mud, hidden in total darkness. Hours passed until they finally saw it. A thin line stretching across the ocean floor. The Soviet cable. It didn't interrupt communication. It didn't damage the cable. It stole the signal silently, recording Soviet messages day after day. And when the Halibut pulled away, the tap remained behind, alone in the darkness, listening. Months later, American submarines returned. Again and again. Each time they retrieved the recordings, replaced the tapes, and left. A silent robbery. But every mission carried the same fear. What if the Soviets were waiting? Because if they were caught, the Cold War could turn into something much worse. Then the operation collapsed, not because the Soviets found the device, but because someone sold the secret. A former NSA employee, Ronald Pelton, drowning in debt, walked into the Soviet embassy and offered them the truth for money. He gave them the location, the mission details, and the device hidden on the ocean floor. Soviet forces rushed to the Sea of Okhotsk. Divers descended into the black water, and they found it. A foreign machine wrapped around their cable, cold, silent, still recording. They removed it. And just like that, Operation Ivy Bells ended. But Ivy Bells proved something terrifying. The ocean is not empty. It is watched. And the cables beneath the sea carry the world's nervous system. Today, almost every call, every message, every secret travels through underwater lines. And if one cable could be tapped inside Soviet territory, then imagine what is happening right now, beneath the waves, in complete silence. If you want more classified missions and hidden mysteries, subscribe to the Nyx Theory channel, because the ocean still hides secrets, and some of them were never meant to be discovered.